A teenager who was shot and killed was laid to rest over the weekend.
14-year-old Elijah Booker was killed on May 11th. His funeral was on Saturday. Police are still looking for the person who pulled the trigger. Surrounded by family and friends that day, Booker's father said his final goodbyes to his son. He says it was the hardest day of his life.
I'm going to see him one day again. I feel our spirits will meet again.
Champaign police say they are looking for a 15-year-old. They say he may have fired the gun by accident, but they also say he isn't cooperating with their investigation, so warrant has been issued for his arrest.
We have new information in the case of Darian White. That's the teenager charged in the shooting death of 16-year-old David Sankey. Sankey was killed in August in Champaign. Investigators still have not found the gun used to fire that shot, but they say text messages on White's phone were used as evidence to move forward. A Champaign investigator testified last week. The judge believed his account was enough reason to form a case. Sankey's mother says she's now happy with how that's going.
We need to try to figure a way how to get these guns out of these kids' hands. You know, we need to hold them accountable for using a gun, having a gun. I think, you know, we just slap them on the wrist and say, okay, go home. You know, no, we need to find out where these guns are coming from.
She says more places in the community should create outlets for kids. She thinks that would keep them away from getting wrapped up in violence.
Some spots will see a lot more sunshine than others this morning. Eventually, everybody will see a lot of sunshine spread across the area as the clouds that are farther north right now begin to depart out of here. We are all going to start off in the cooler than normal range, though, as we start off in the upper 40s and lower 50s. A decent amount of sunshine there, and we're expecting to see some more sunshine, too, as we head into the afternoon. Maybe a few clouds passing by during that time also. But the kids don't have too many more days now, at least those that are going to be getting out for this summer, about a few days or possibly even just a couple of weeks ahead for them. Now, a live look outside here in Springfield. Your Roofing Dog iNet Flooring America Skycam. Noticing some of those clouds right now over Springfield, or at least right here. You can see some sunshine, too, off in the distance with temperatures that are right around the lower 50s. 54 in Effingham, 49 in Champaign, with more of the clear skies on the way, but just a few of those clouds here for the time being. No rain to speak of, though, from those clouds. Feature track probably a bit aggressive with the rain chances. I don't think we see any of those here. Later into the night, I think we'll stay dry, but we definitely will see some of those rain showers moving into the day for tomorrow, and a few more of them to come to as we go later into the week. Plus, warmer temperatures will let you know when to expect those in your 7-day forecast coming up here in just about 5 minutes. Christy, Aaron.
Adam, thanks. A man is dead after he was shot in Mattoon.
It happened just after 1 o'clock Friday afternoon at Sunrise Apartments on 9th Street. 29-year-old Mark Curry died at the hospital. A few hours later, police arrested this man, Keith McGrew, for the shooting. They say he came to Mattoon from Chicago last week, and he told police he was staying with a woman at Sunrise Apartments. He got to know Curry, and they got into an argument Friday morning. The police chief says McGrew left, got a gun, came back to the apartment, and shot Curry. McGrew is now being charged with first-degree murder.
Decatur police are investigating after a man threatened to shoot a group of people. Our partners at the Herald and Review report it happened in the 500 block of East Division around 1 a.m. Saturday morning. Police say the man is 18 to 24 years old. Witnesses reported shots being fired, but officers didn't find any evidence of that. The man is described as tall and thin, and he was wearing a yellow jacket. If you have any information, call Decatur police at the number on your screen.
A vigil will be held in Danville to honor those who lost their lives to gun violence and drugs. It's happening on Sunday at 5 p.m. at Lincoln Park. Families and friends will be able to remember and pray for their loved ones.
2 people are dead after a crash in McLean County. It happened around 2:30 yesterday morning on Interstate 55 near the town of Shirley. A driver and a passenger were pronounced dead shortly after. The coroner's office and state police are still investigating this. No word on the victims' names yet.
An 87-year-old man is okay after state police say he crashed his car into a brick wall that was outside of the governor's mansion. The fire department says the driver accidentally hit the gas instead of the brake and took out a corner of the wall. He wasn't hurt, the governor's mansion wasn't damaged, and the driver wasn't ticketed either. State police say they are still investigating.
Tonight, the Urbana City Council is expected to ratify a letter of intent to redevelop a historic property. Markson's Affiliates is interested in Urbana's landmark hotel after it closed in 2016. The group is looking to buy the property for no more than $1 million and then do a $17 million renovation. The city would kick in $5 million. The goal is for Marksons to take possession of the landmark sometime after mid-July. And if everything goes as planned, they could break ground by the end of next year. The council will vote on this, plus the interim agreement for redevelopment at their meeting tonight.
The search for Urbana's new school superintendent is over. A familiar face with a long history of leadership in the school district was chosen. Jennifer Ivory Tatum will start as the new superintendent of schools on July 1st. She used to be a deputy superintendent of Urbana schools, and for the past 2 years, she served as an assistant superintendent for Champaign schools. She says she's looking forward to leading the district in a positive direction.
Engaging the community right away, reconnecting with our partners, with our stakeholders. Right away, we need to do some repairing of relationships, rebuilding some trust.
She was chosen from 3 other finalists. The other 2 were Brian Metcalf and Kirk Konecki.
New this morning, an open house will be held tonight in Monticello for those who want to get a last look at Washington Grade School. The open house will go from 6 to 7:30. Officials say this school has been around since 1894. It's now set to be demolished this summer so new classrooms can be built.
Also new this morning, employees at Willard Airport are partnering with first responders to run a full-scale emergency exercise tonight. The mock disaster will start at 6 o'clock, and officials from state, federal, and local agencies will all be there.
On Friday, cops everywhere climbed to the top of Duncan's rooftop to raise money for Special Olympics. Now we know this year's fundraising broke a record. Cops on a rooftop raised more than $1 million statewide, including an anonymous donation of $50,000. We gave you a look at Champaign's event. There, cops were able to raise more than $12,500.
That will wrap up the morning show on WCIA 3, but coming up when we make the switch to WCIX for the 7 and 8 o'clock hours of the morning show.
Brandy Cox with Vermilion County Animal Shelter stopping by for a pet on the set. You could meet your forever friend coming up later during the 7 o'clock hour.
But before we get to all that, let's get a check of our forecast with Adam.
A cooler start to the work week, but after a couple of days in the 60s, 80s after that, with 84 ahead for your Wednesday. Big change from Tuesday. Storms will be coming through too. Also late tomorrow night, heading into early Wednesday, that could be a bit stronger. Unfortunately, though, as we head on into the weekend, can't say that it's going to be completely dry. For right now, looking like there are going to be some showers and storms ahead for your Memorial Day weekend, maybe getting them out just in time for Memorial Day itself.
All right, thanks for watching, everyone.